A pleasant day to each and one of you. My name is Shane Francis Anthony Sisasam, and today I am going to have a persuasive speech entitled, "And They Lived Happily Ever After Separately, Health Effects of Legalizing Divorce in Philippines." Marriage is a legal contract that brings together two people of opposite gender who decided to live as husband and wife. It is a legally binding agreement between two people who combine their lives, money, and possessions. Marriage brings together a father, mother, and child to form a family unit. As we get older, we understand that not every relationship ends with a happily ever after. Thousands of couples in unsuccessful marriages have been waiting for years for the Philippines to establish a divorce law, as they are still being condemned to be unhappy and frustrated till death do their part in the world's only country that does not recognize citizens' right to end their sanctified matrimony. According to the survey of social weather stations conducted from December 8, 2017 to December 16, 2017, invited 1,200 Filipinos to answer the statement, "Married couples who are separated and cannot reconcile should be permitted to divorce in order for them to legally get married again in face-to-face interview." A total of 53% agreed, 30% strongly, 23% somehow, 32% disagreed, and 15% were undecided in the matter, with 50% male and 50% female respondents. With the only Philippines and Vatican that still prohibits divorce, I think the Philippines should already legalize divorce for the following reasons: physical and mental health. The Philippine Statistics Office, in their preliminary result from the 2017 National Demographic and Health Survey, shows that 1 in 4 women has ever experienced spousal violence. Melody Alan, 46 years old, is one of those women who endured frequent violence and mistreatment from her alcoholic and drug-addicted husband for 14 years. He never contributed financially to the family, who shares 4 children. According to Melody, she stated that there was a significant event one night. After beating her, he kicked her down the stairs. She was saved by the involvement of her 2 oldest sons, who told their father to leave and to encourage her to divorce her husband once and for all. Melody, who has been separated for 12 years, is currently the leader of the Divorce Filipinas Coalition, a group with over 10,000 members that campaigns for the legalization of divorce. Melody stated that its members are mostly women whose spouses have been abused. Without the ability to formally dissolve their marriage, Melody's only alternative is to file for legal separation, which at the very least allows her for the cessation of cohabitation and split of joint assets. However, with the perspective of the Philippine law, the abuser remains her husband. Another option is to have their marriage annulled, which is a time-consuming and expensive process available only to wealthy people. The minimum cost of judicial annulment is around 300,000 pesos, roughly equivalent to a middle-class worker's annual average salary, and it can reach up to 1 million pesos. We must take note that men also do experience physical violence. According to the National Intimate Partner and Sexual Abuse Survey, 1 in 7 men have been subjected to severe physical violence by their partner. Being slapped with a fist or something hard, kicked, harmed by pulling hair, slammed against something, beaten, being burned on purpose, smothered, threatened with a pistol or knife are some of the examples of severe physical violence. Men, like women, have historically struggled to be believed when they report an abuse, and they confront the same biases and prejudices. Overall, the physical health effects of domestic violence include bruises, red or purple marks on the neck, sprained or broken wrist, sexual dysfunction, and more. The mental health of the married couples trapped in a failed relationship can also have a substantial adverse effect. According to the survey of National Center on Domestic Violence, Trauma, and Mental Health, shows that more than half of the women examined in the mental health facilities has experienced abuse or assault from their intimate partner. Post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression are some of the common diagnoses among these women. In addition, Loss of agency is a typical feeling for the domestic violence survivors and victims that their mental health may suffer. Agency means the ability of an individual to act independently and to have their own free choices. Even if divorce can have many benefits, many people fear that divorce may erode the teachings of the Catholic Church. Catholic Church forbids divorce because it contradicts Christ's word, "No human being shall separate what God has joined together." Lawyer Ginger Castillo, however, argues that contrary to the position of the Church, divorce does not ruin the sacredness of marriage. Rather, it preserves the happy times that a couple has enjoyed. Also, the head of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, stated that couples who don't get along or are at war with each other might find it acceptable or even morally necessary to split up. He added that separation is unavoidable in some situations. When it comes to protecting the weaker spouse or young children from more severe harms caused by exploitation and violence, humiliation and intimidation, apathy and neglect, it can even be morally necessary. As a result, divorce should be legalized in the Philippines so that couples can choose solutions that can assist them in achieving self-actualization. They should be able to walk away from previous marriages to start a new happy life. Divorce is also a less painful manner of breaking ties with your partner in some circumstances where a union is more damaging than helpful. Even though you might feel alone for the first time in years, it is more preferable to suffer with a little bit of period of sadness and grief, especially if you are carrying a lifetime of bitter resentment. Thank you for listening.